Go, man, go. This is a DVD commentary. There can't be waiting for us to get going.
Episode, what is this? Treehouse of Horror IX, AABF 01, original air date October 5th, 1998. This is Mike Scully, executive producer, showrunner, and to my far right sits... That's you.
Oh, I'm sorry, Matt Groening. I was watching the show. You see how you change your name for these funny things?
That's not a typo.
I tried to make my name shorter.
You actually did, yes.
Ooh.
That was Matt Groening, show creator, cartoonist, friend to all. I'm Ron Hauge, supervising producer.
George Meyer, co-executive producer.
Donick, Cary, I guess supervising producer of this episode. I don't remember now exactly.
Yes.
And I wrote this first episode.
And this is David Cohen, and I wrote the final segment, Starship Poopers.
And
this is Steve Moore, the animation director.
And this is Matt Groening.
Oh, yeah.
In computer science, this is known as an infinite loop.
Let's do it.
And there was another writer, Larry Doyle, the Bride of Liechtenstein, in the credits, I believe.
Oh, Larry wrote the third segment.
That's what we just were calculating, because his name is so abstract that none of us were able to actually remember who the real person was. But
yeah, the Halloween nicknames are a real source of debate on the show. Is that what you were going to talk about?
Yeah, I was going to just give special notice to Hank Azaria's Halloween name, Yank My Area, firmly in the tradition of Halloween ghouls and goblins.
It scares me.
I used my name for a shameless Futurama plug, David, quote, Watch Futurama Cohen, which...
It worked, almost.
I'm now ashamed of, even though it was shameless. I guess it didn't work.
If only Sandy Groucho had been watching that night.
Hi, I'm Ed McMahon. Tonight on Fox, from the producers of When Skirts Fall Off and Secrets of National Security Revealed, it's World's Deadliest Executions. Making his first appearance...
Ed McMahon, everybody. That was a kick to have Ed McMahon here.
He came in. Yeah, he was fun, actually.
We got everybody from The Tonight Show.
Did Dr.
Skitch Henderson?
Did Doc Severinsen do the show?
No.
Fred DeCordova did it about 7 times, I think.
Snake played lacrosse.
By the way, Mike, you might need to issue a formal apology, because you said it aired October 5th, but it was October 25th.
I thought I said 25th.
We apologize to the 5th.
You said 5th.
I said 5th? Okay. October 25th.
This is a rehearsal run. We'll get it.
Each fan will be receiving a personalized apology note.
Well, of course it would be October 25th, because that's right before Halloween. It would be crazy to run it at a time that's not Halloween, like November 6th and 7th, like they do now.
Nice save.
I remember for this segment we had the name Hell to Pay, and we said, like, well, that's a working name, and then we'll come up with something that's kind of a better version of Hell to Pay. And then I saw it on the air, Hell to Pay.
My memory of that is that you loved Hell to Pay. The original title was pitched by Ian, and it was a high price to pay. And when it was upgraded to Hell to Pay, you loved it at the time.
You stormed out of the room,
I think
David,
I loved it, but someone pointed out that it had been the name of
someone pointed out later,
something, yeah.
After it aired, that it had been the name of something, but that's not where we got it.
By the way, similarly for Starship Poopers, that definitely was like the first, we'll write that down, and then we'll come up with the real name. Nope.
I remember you loving Starship Poopers. In fact, anything with poop in it, you always loved that.
I was actually watching this at home last night, and I paused it to go do something, and I was gone for like half hour, 45 minutes, and I came back and hit play again, and it was this part where Dr. Nick was using the pizza cutter on Homer's head, and it really threw me. I forgot that it was a Halloween episode. Oh. And I was just kind of for a second like, what the hell's going on?
There's a tradition of pizza implements in surgery in The Simpsons, because in that old one with the Frankenstein one, Burns and Smithers stop to eat pizza while they're working on Homer's brain.
Simpson, what can I do for you and your new do? You sent me.
I don't know where Homer got this shirt. Do you remember, Steve?
Came with the toupee.
Yeah,
came with the toupee.
It's not Snake's shirt either, though, right?
I think it's, I don't know where he got it from. It just, we needed one he could roll up a cigarette box in.
All through the night. On a lighter note, a Quickie Mart clerk was brutally murdered.
I like the shot of the hair follicles growing into the brain, because I felt like without that there wouldn't be a scientific basis for what's going on.
Yes, that's right. Right. People wouldn't buy it.
Otherwise, it's all just silliness.
Who'd do such a
I
thing?
guess he was murdered in blue squishy, not purple squishy.
Now, this is really
He added some color.
kind of gutsy of Homer to do all this right in front of his family.
Yeah. They never got it.
Change his hairstyle.
Until it was too late.
I love the name of this area, the Penicillos. I don't know who's...
Penicillos.
Is that you?
I think so.
I had a feeling. Yeah.
Waste you. Ah, somebody's a grumpy Gus. What? Oh!
Yoink.
Ah, for crying out loud. God.
I remember, Mike, you told us to tone down the violence on this, so this is the toned down version.
That was a tone down? Yeah, it is.
Yeah, I think we actually had it more violent for the animatic.
That's a great file photo.
Yeah.
Well, sometimes we'll ask you guys to tone down the violence, but then we'll get into the final mix and put a horrifying sound effect on it and bring it right back up again.
Little dude.
I find it very scary when lovable Homer, talks in that voice.
Yes.
I'm a little chilled by that.
Yeah, this is good and creepy, you know.
Dad?
You are so dead.
No!
Oh, come here, you little...
Stop it! You're killing me!
Oh, I love that.
What a cheat.
That took a long time to get, but it was worth it.
Yeah.
Bart's picture of himself screaming on his bureau.
Somehow Snake's hair must be controlled.
Please, Lisa, everyone's already figured that.
They just walk in.
Yeah. With the baby.
With the baby, yeah.
With the baby.
To watch, apparently.
So youthful and hunky.
The kid's gotta die.
But I love my son.
More than a lush head of
It was a nice job with the lighting here, too, Stephen.
Yeah, Chris Clements, assistant director, worked out most of the good acting on Homer here.
Now a director.
Now a director.
There's a lot of opportunity for advancement in the art department,
Yes.
actually. If you look at the early names, a lot of them went on to be directors.
I love the way the toupee moves.
The
in here.
movement
That's
is
great
hysterical.
animation.
Yeah.
The sideburns turning into limbs was really inspired.
Yeah,
That came from Steve, I'm sure.
I practiced with my own toupee.
Yeah. I thought you said with your own two kids.
Yeah, my own toothpaste, too. I loved Homer. I love Homer with these things coming out of his head. Yeah. It's got a Kearney thing going there.
Just mow.
It wasn't me. It was the hair.
It's a great death scene.
Yeah.
For a toupee.
Yeah.
The trimmer in the leg, the shaking the
fist. Mike, I think the first time we did this, you said not enough bullets.
Oh, really? Yeah.
Remind you that two people are dead? Oh, wait. I just got it.
All right. So, Donick, that was your segment?
That was.
This is Larry Doyle's
Thanks.
segment.
That was really fun. That was a fun one to write.
He should be paid for writing that.
I think so.
What a terrible animation mistake that was.
Your blood. Okay, get ready for the violentest.
My daughter really laughed at that joke and then explained it to me.
Oh, really? Yeah.
Hey!
Sorry, but if I let you watch one of these gruesome Halloween cartoons, I'd be a pretty lousy mother.
Oh,
Why don't you kids come trick-or-treating with Maggie and me?
that's
My crew really look forward to doing this one because we all love Itchy and Scratchy very much, and we love, like I said, we love the violence.
Going where?
Didn't see that joke coming.
Not a chance. That's pretty much the way he dresses around the house a lot.
Batteries, just to be sure.
Now here comes the scientific explanation for this episode.
Mama took those batteries. She took them away. Mama took those batteries. Size double A.
Sometimes the simplest jokes are the best.
Just waiting long enough for him to finish the song.
I
Before
defy you to
sing.
cut that and have the show make sense.
Did you ever get tired of being wrong?
Is that the same outfit we used for the Who?
Yeah.
Skeleton outfit.
Screwed up. Whoa, cool. All right, quit it. Hey.
Wasn't that one joke there the basis of an entire Jim Carrey movie? Changing the color on Leela with the remote control.
I think you're right, yeah.
And an Adam Sandler movie now, right?
Oh, is that what it was? Adam Sandler?
Didn't they have I don't know.
Whichever one it was. I didn't see it.
Remote
actually.
control.
I'm sure it was good.
Stay tuned.
Why are you laughing? Hey, they're laughing at your pain. That's mean. Let's teach them a lesson.
Hey, Larry's got a novel coming out soon. I don't know if it's out by the time this DVD is out, but it should be soon.
He has what coming out?
A novel.
He does?
A
Wow.
book. A book.
Do you, what now?
Is it the same plot as this or a different plot?
It expands on this.
Oh. Do you know the name of it? Can we plug it for him?
I don't know the name. I talked to him while he was still working on it.
All right. Just go to your bookstore every day for the next year and ask for Larry Doyle.
How are Bart and Lisa gonna get out of this one?
Sorry, that happens.
What happened?
There's an old friend.
Shout out to Poochie, David Cohen's
Poochie.
That's your episode, right,
Yeah.
David? Yeah.
And in a very gruesome episode, Poochie just gets hit by the car. He doesn't, no blood, nothing.
That's true, yeah.
He did get off easy.
Here's some cartoon logic, too.
Yeah, I love it any time in a cartoon when a character just relaxes after a horrific brush with death. Instantly or just leaning back.
Boring.
I'm telling you, this cilantro really gives it a zing.
Reach, there's no cilantro in it.
Did you direct that, Mike? Or
No, Donick, Cary, actually.
Donick did.
I did. I worked with the guys at whatever the show was called. Old friend Regis. We had made friends when I was at Letterman, and he would show up for just about anything.
Did they enjoy it? Were they
Oh, they had a
excited about
blast.
it?
Yeah. They had a blast.
How did you make the soup splash? That's what I want to know.
I gotta go.
Coconuts.
Was it coconuts?
It was coconuts or apples or something
Yeah,
like that.
a grapefruit,
we
maybe?
dropped in there.
And
it was a grapefruit.
The soup wasn't really boiling hot.
No.
No, it wasn't. We tried.
So you were there too, Steve?
I was there, and I remember that they were very concerned because they had their 12 o'clock news broadcast to do, and by the time we were done, they had to move the cameras up to another floor from the one we were on, and they were really mad at us.
Oh.
Well, I think people remember that newscast as much as
Yeah,
this
exactly.
episode.
Because they used the same cameras, I guess, for Regis and Kathy Lee that they use for the newscast.
You'd think they'd be able to afford another set of cameras.
Look how cute they are.
That was nicely done.
I hope he checks his watch.
Yeah. Hey, making good time.
Somebody's in love. That means you'll have to be neutered.
Wow, there's another one?
You buy two, get one free.
Jeez. This show just keeps on giving, man.
This is the very last Simpsons episode that I wrote or co-wrote in this case.
Oh, really? Oh.
This is a good one.
He left it all on the floor. Or,
Too.
Wait, mine came back. I know how to cheer you up. This little piggy went to Quickie Mart. This little piggy went nuts. This little piggy went surfing. And this little piggy went...
I love that.
Quite horrifying.
Her baby legs.
If that really happens, folks, call a
Her
doctor.
baby legs.
Yes, yeah.
Marge's reaction is a little muted, I would say.
All things considered, yes.
I like how she refers to her as a young baby.
Yeah.
Very lovely
This
animation.
is really nicely done.
Yeah.
Lovely animation on the screen.
Bad baby.
Oh, this is great. Chris Clements again did that one.
All right.
Very nice work.
Is there anything you can prescribe, Doctor?
Fire. Good luck.
That sounds like a David Cohen line.
Possibly Ken Keeler is the only other one who could have done that.
Poor Maggie. If only you could tell us what's happening to you.
I remember this joke caused a big thing on the internet because they insisted it was coming from Louisiana. Yes, that they had like checked the frame of like where exactly it was coming from.
But
we did shoot in Louisiana for a while, that one season.
Yeah.
But also there's a pacifier relay station in Louisiana.
Yeah. It was great because there's no unions. You know?
North Carolina.
Yeah. But no, it was a big, I think Antonia Kaufman, our publicist, got a lot of calls the next day that people thought they had figured something out because it seemed to emanate from Louisiana.
We just stuck it in the middle of the frame, and it just happened to be Louisiana.
Yeah. That's not the answer the internet people want.
Yeah.
Harry emanates from there, doesn't he?
What?
Harry Shearer has got a home there.
Yes, he does. Yeah, New Orleans, yep.
Note the consistency here. Kang has been established as the male and Kodos the female.
The sister.
From the previous one where the Kodos is Kang's sister. So this is correct that Kang is the possible father here.
So we're right.
We did it right.
Oh, okay, good.
You don't know how their bodies
It was
work.
50-50
It could be the
and we did
lady.
it right.
Exactly.
Well, we get to see.
You intergalactic hussy! How could you? Was he better than me?
That's the important question.
Just wondering how upset to be.
I love this joke without warning. Warning.
I also like to maintain a policy that the aliens never abduct someone the same way twice. So there was that claw hook. The very first time before I was on the show, there was the
tractor beam.
the tractor beam,
Yeah.
and then there was this lasso.
Yeah, I love how they have to resort to a rope.
Yeah.
You may choose either the back seat of a Camaro, an airplane bathroom, a friend's wedding, or the alley behind a porno theater.
I absolutely refuse to go along with this. But since I have no choice, I'll take
Why'd we do a list of 4 comedy things? Didn't that violate all comedy logic?
We must have had 7.
We were bragged by the people at GM to promote the Camaro.
This evening, have you decreased in mass?
I tried to resist, but they applied powerful mind confusion techniques.
Look behind you.
That seemed awfully quick.
What are you implying? Look at the time. I'd love to stay, but I have an early meeting tomorrow. You're a super girl, though. I'll call you.
And that's Harry Shearer as Kang, for those who don't know.
Why did he have to even remove his helmet to do that process?
I'm not quite sure.
I don't know.
I love the teacups.
Yeah.
Well, we can't compete with that, but nothing. Get your slimeless hands off her.
People, space monsters, this is going nowhere. There's only one man who can settle an argument this bizarre.
Now, did we realize at the time we were going to 2 talk shows? We were referring to 2 different real talk shows in the same episode?
No.
I didn't even realize it now.
No.
That's where the chips fell.
Yeah.
Extraterrestrial backstage in a soundproof booth where he can't hear us.
I hear all.
Ladies and gentlemen, meet.
There's a design of a woman in the audience here that I really like that I remember you
with the
working
sweater.
on very hard.
with the
Ron.
sweater? Yeah.
The woman with the poodle sweater, yeah.
I thought this audience should be full of
This
my
was really
people.
well
This
done.
is so good.
Yeah.
I think she has a line coming up.
Also, a joke I never really got until right now, and possibly it was an accident, was that Kang was in a soundproof booth only up to the point that the show started. He was immediately out onto the stage.
That's right. I never thought about that.
No one said anything before he was released.
You know, somebody needs to learn your green ass some responsibility.
Now, hold on, Kang. You can't bully my audience with your fancy ray gun.
We tried to have some fun with the effects.
Yeah.
Kind of like the Star Trek transporter thing with that.
Let's hope they put their differences aside and do
My
what's
wife,
best.
Julie Thacker, actually went, I think it was to Cincinnati, to record Jerry Springer. And she wound up, after the show, flying back from the group from another show. It was a plane load of hookers. She found herself sitting in the middle between two hookers talking about the show and their experience.
She told you that's what was going on.
That's what she said. And honey, if you hear me, please come home. It's been 10 years.
That Leela joke is really funny. I don't know whose that was.
Which one?
And now he's dead.
Yeah, now he's dead.
Now he's dead.
It's tossed
Now he's
up in
dead.
1 second.
Just watch us.
Oh, and there's an ADR joke that is so dated.
I don't think people
Don't
remember
forget
who
Ken
he is.
Starr. Yeah.
I guess Bart was supposed to be saying that. He doesn't move or anything.
Yeah, that was one of those where we needed something and nobody was moving. So
Yeah.
Maggie's first words, second words.
The second character was someone else's voice in this episode.
I think this was the year I was getting bored with the scary names, and I just didn't bother.
It happens every 6 or 7 years. You get bored. Then the excitement comes back in a big tidal wave.
Yes.
I can't tell who half these people are. And they have so little to do with Halloween or anything
Yes.
scary.
It says here in this book that it was nominated for an Emmy for music dramatic underscore this episode.
That was really the whole point of this whole.
Yeah.
You're hearing it right
really.
now.
Yeah.
See.
Pretty dramatic.
Excellent underscore.